It's just another day working at the convenience store. There's been more customers than usual today, which is pretty nice. It's fun to work when it's lively, even if it can get stressful at times. There's a lull now, so I'm free to go goof off on my phone. I'm pretty quick on the draw when it comes to putting it away. Even better is that Ted hasn't come in yet. He still has some class stuff to take care of, so he trusted me with the store all on my own. I think I'm making some serious progress here. He's got to think I'm at least a little dependable if he's leaving me by myself. That's going, Harley. Ted did say he'd be coming in around this time, though. When I hear the door slides open, I quickly drop my phone and... Oh, hello. Ted doesn't walk in, but I'm not complaining. It's an older gentleman. And let's just say that time has certainly been kind to him. He has a nice, wavy, dark brown hair with stubble growing along his jawline. His thin hazel eyes land on me, and I feel my heartbeat double right then and there. He's coming for the counter. He's going to talk to me. I notice how tall he is now that he's closer, and I think that that's a police officer's uniform that he's wearing. Why does that sound so familiar to me? Excuse me, miss. Southern accent. Oh, it's the dad! It's Ted's dad! A southern accent leaks out of his lips like drops of honey, and I melt even further into the mysterious man's hands. Miss? Oh no, keep it together, Nicole. You'll set him off otherwise. I slap a hand to my lips, oh so subtly, and then begin giggling like an idiot. So welcome. Can I help you with something? The man grins congenially, flashing bright teeth. You wouldn't happen to be the only one working today. I work with someone else here, but it's only me at the time. I guess you could call him my superior. He likes to remind me any chance he gets. That certainly sounds like Ted, yes. How did you know his... It suddenly hits me. Older gentleman, hazel eyes, southern accent, police uniform. I know who this guy is, duh. The man smiles knowingly at me. Figure it out, miss? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't realize it sooner. I waggle my eyebrows jokingly. You must be Ted's strapping older brother that I've been hearing about, huh? I make a rib nudging motion with my elbow, and the older man laughs bashfully. Shucks, you pulled my leg. I can't look young enough to be Ted's brother. All right. You must be Ted's dad, right, Mr. Starr? Yes'm, that'd be me. And you're the girl Ted recently hired, Nicole. Guilty. It's nice to finally meet you. I don't like going in and out of accents, but I can't do them. Likewise. Laughing, Ted's dad offers me a hand and we shake. He grips my hand so firmly that I can tell the guy's strong. So, he leans and whispers conspiratorially with me. Do I really look that young? Come on, be honest. Definitely, Mr. Starr. You look better than most guys my age. And that's the truth. Happily embarrassed, Ted's dad comes and bangs back with a hand. You're really going to make me blush if you keep that up. Also, please, I insist you call me Ron. None of that Mr. Starr business. That's my father. Okay, I was only trying to be polite. I thought you might appreciate that since Ted. I leave it at that, figuring Ron would understand what I was getting at. He nods sympathetically. Ted can be a real stickler, and that's coming from his own father. Seems like you, though, I can see why. He's mentioned you're a real nice gal. Ted talks about me? Oh, you wouldn't believe how often you manage to come up. Anytime I bring up work, it's Nicole did this or Nicole did that. I bet those are complaints. Only about 3/4 of them are. Knew it. Hey, but the quarter left are real nice compliments. For example, he told me how you came up with a new way to display the snack cakes. More poppier ones on top, yuckier ones toward the bottom. I recite this proudly, making Ron laugh in amusement. Yeah, see... Yay, see? Ted really likes you. Pops? Both Ron and I look to the door to see Ted standing there, holding his backpack by a strap. His face is completely red, and his mouth opens so wide that it looks like he's trying to do an impression of a Venus flytrap. I wave politely. Hiya, Ted. Welcome back. Howdy, son. Oh, don't give me that. Ted stomps angrily towards it. He squares his shoulder and taps his foot against the floor like he's about to lecture a small child. Did they make an anime about it too? I know I watched the actual live movie, the Howling Village. Huh, I'll have to look that up then. See if it's worth looking into. Y'all were talking about me. Well, it was nothing bad. Ron was just explaining how much you talk about me. I do not talk about you. That much. Ron and I exchange a look. He must be used to this. He must be as used to this as I am. Why are you here, Pa? I thought you had an afternoon shift today. Technically still on it. I wanted to talk to you about something, though. I probably should have called you first to see where you were. Yeah, you should have. Even to his own dad, Ted is all business, huh? His tone's at least a bit nicer than it usually is with me. Unfair. But what is this about? You couldn't wait till we were both home? No. Ron uneasily glances at me. Okay, I get the hint. I can step outside if it's a personal thing. No, don't go, Nicole. It actually concerns you as well. It does? Since it's about the convenience store, well, with you working here and all, I reckon you should stay and listen. Pops, what are you talking about? What's happened with the store? Ron rubs his tongue against the side of his cheek as he tries to think of a way to word whatever it is. The store ain't doing so well, Ted. You know, we haven't actually been booming with customers. Yeah, I always thought it was pretty weird, but I guess people would rather buy food from the grocery store if they're not pressed for time. It's not like we don't have any customers at all. I mean, we get enough. Not anymore. Lately, we haven't been making enough profit to keep the store open, and if this keeps up... Ron uneasily scratches the back of his head as he trails off. I'm pretty sure Ted and I both got what he was trying to say. You can't actually be thinking of closing down the shop, can you? Ted, listen, bud. I know you'll hate the idea, but it might be for the better if... No! Ted shouts. It's like a sudden bolt through the store window. I freeze. Ron freezes, but Ted shows no sign of stopping his tirade. You're not selling this place. I don't care what we have to do, but I'll make sure we won't have to do that. He readjusts his backpack strap hanging on his shoulder. I reckon I should just put my stuff down and get changed for work. Excuse me. I flinch as I hear the door to the back room slam shut. Tar and feathers. I don't think that boy would take it that badly, though I must be fooling myself. I don't blame him. If my store was sucking, I'd want to do whatever I could to save it too. Well, it's a touch more complicated than simple devotion. It is? Shit, maybe I opened my gabber too wide just now. I don't know what Ted has told you, but I think he'd prefer if you asked him yourself. But I'm betting dollars to donut that he hasn't spoken much about his mother. You mean your wife? Former wife. She passed a few years ago, but, I'm speaking too much. You best ask Ted for the details before offering me your sympathies. Ron gives me an easygoing smile as he urges me to the back room with a sweep of his hand. Okay, I get the hint. It's nice to see that Ron's at peace with his wife's death, but it's still kind of hard to believe. What would that have to do with the store anyway? When I reach the back room, it's particularly locked. I swallow, gather my nerves, and knock twice. Changing. Well, hurry up, I want to talk to you. There's a hush swearing on the other side of the door, and after a few moments, Ted swings it open. Before he has a chance to complain, I place a hand on his chest and push him back the way he came in. Ted looked alarmed as I locked the door behind me. What are you... Why'd you lock the door? To make sure no one disturbs us? Disturbs us? Ted's face goes red and he holds his hands in front of him, ready to defend me back. What are you thinking? My pop's right outside. Yeah, he told me to come in here. He did. Well, technically, we could have gone anywhere, but it's not like we could do this out in the open, you know. What are you even thinking of doing? I want to talk to you. Talk. Ted's eyes goes wide and he freezes like he just realized something. Talk. Yes, talk. That's what I thought. Squint my eyes at Ted as he looks away to regain his composure. I probably don't want to know what he thought I was suggesting. Yeah, it would be weird if you just suddenly... what was it you wanted to talk about? My shift started 10 minutes ago. I can't be any later. Geez, you really don't give anyone a break, but I doubt coming out and asking about his mom would be the best idea right now. I gotta be smart about this. I can change it if I do wrong. You really let your dad have it out there. I don't think he was trying to be mean or anything. Ted avoids my eyes and begins to mutter nervously. I didn't mean to. I lost myself for a moment out there. When he started talking about selling the store, it sounded to me like he was giving up. And I don't want my pops to do that. I love him way too much. Well, I never doubted you. I never doubted you did. You're going into criminal justice to follow in his footsteps. That's some admiration. He's the strongest man I know. He's been through so much and come out of it still standing. To do what he does would be an honor. I see my chance as Ted grows silent. If I'm ever going to ask about his mom, it'll have to be now. I think I might know what your dad's been through, kinda. When you left, it was just the two of us. He mentioned that your mom passed away a few years ago. Yay! Got him at 70. Ted chuckles ruefully. I should have known he would. He always talks about it to people he likes. I'll try to get you in the bridged version. Sit on one side of the folding chairs lying around and eagerly gesture to for Ted to start. I'm listening. It ain't long, don't worry. It starts in my first year of high school. My mama was still alive back then, and she and my pa were pretty happy as far as I could tell. We were still in Alabama, in a small town. Pops was on the force, but Mama, she owned a small sundry store. Nothing fancy, but she really loved that place. She did. I remember saying the store gave her life a little light. She put her all into running it. The nostalgic look on Ted's face fades away as he sighs heavily. But it turns out Mama had some kind of cancer in her cervix. Well, hopefully it wasn't HPV, or we got a question how she got it. She never realized until the... Well, was she not getting pap smears? She never realized it until the bleeding started. I can't remember the specifics, but the tumors are bad ones. Even when they removed her cervix, the doctors still weren't sure if it wasn't enough. Obviously it wasn't. Oh my gosh, Ted, I'm so sorry. Well, I apologize, not like you're the one who gave her cancer, Nicole. Pfft. I don't remember when she was getting treatments or if she was just too sick to move. And I tried to stand in for my mama at a store. But I was only a dumb kid back then. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Pops was better at it, but he was off on his shifts. He'd step in to try and keep the store running. But it got hard for him, I could tell. He always looked so tired. Eventually my mama passed. We were forced to sell the store. But Pa said that when my mama died, she took her store's spirit with her. When I think of it like that, it's kind of nice. She loved that place, so it's good she took it with her to heaven. Better than stuck with us chumps. Hey, don't say that, but if the reason you moved here to Florida because your mom's passing? Oh, no. It's not like my pa and I couldn't stand to stay in Alabama because of bad memories. He got a job offer here, and it paid way more than his position in our small town. Single father, with a son about to head to college. I know what I would have done, given the circumstances. I'm sure my pa misses Alabama sometimes. I know I do, but it was the best that we came out here. Sounds like it. Oh, excuse me. I know Ted would have probably disapproved, but I feel so bad for him. Having a parent die from cancer is something I can't even imagine. Ted and his dad seem okay now, but back then, I wonder how they held up. I never told you it was my idea to buy this place, huh? No, you didn't. I always thought it was it was your dad's. Nope, all me. My pa didn't think it'd be such a good idea, but I talked him into it somehow. I guess running this store is my dumb way of trying to make up for being useless to my parents back when they needed me the most. Oh, that hurts. I'm different now. I'm capable. I'm a hard worker. I got this. I know I'll figure something out. I ain't gonna let this store go like I did my mom's. I owe it to her and my pa. And my post-nasal drip. I still let a small laugh, catching Ted's attention. And why are you laughing now? I laugh even harder at the sound of his exasperation. I don't laugh at him that much, do I? It's just I never thought you'd be so cruel, Ted. Whatever answer Ted was expecting was obviously not that. He shoves his hands in the pocket of his jumpsuit and looks away from my face. Stop. I know you're only making fun of me. I mean it. At first I thought you just had something up your butt, but you're really working hard for your dad's sake. That's totally cool. What a sweetheart. I never had I never had something up my butt, okay? But thanks for saying that, even if I tend to wonder if I'm doing the right thing or not. Anyway, we've been here a long... I don't know why I got the giggles. Grab my drink. I'm gonna put it in my lap so I can stop bending. Anyway, we've been here way too long. Work. Our shift's not over for an hour, but a few more hours. Don't think I forgot. I look at Ted amusedly as I unlock the door. Even after spilling his guts out to me for the first time, he still manages to maintain the killer work ethic. I shouldn't have expected any less, really. Now that I know what I know, it's admirable in a way. When Ted and I leave the back room, Ron has taken over the register, and there's a few customers shopping around the convenience store. Ted doesn't look so pleased about it, though. Ah, hell. What's the matter? You should be ecstatic customers. In any case, I would be, but you know something funny about them all? Look at the page I'm searching for this something funny. I think I'm missing it. I guess they're all girls? Oh, they look like they're in high school, and they don't seem to really looking for anything. Where they're looking at something. OMG, are they checking out your dad? Shut up, they might overhear you. Ted drags me over to the side so we're hidden behind one of the shelves. Every time my pa helps out, girls from the local high school come over to gawk at him like he's some sort of zoo animal. Gross. He is kind of sort of really attractive. Once again, gross. I'm just being honest. He's my pa. That's just... What if you found out there were people checking out your pa, huh? All the more power to him. He could use a date. Ted looks confused. My parents are divorced. He's not cheating, don't worry. Oh, or I didn't know, Don't you apologize now. What was it you just said? Something like it's not your fault and something like it's not your fault that they're divorced. It just makes us even. You told me about your parents' situation, so now I told you about mine. Ted still doesn't look like he finds that a fair trade for my sake, but he doesn't say anything. Fine, I guess he got me there. His attention turns back to his dad's biggest fans, and he looks over the shelves like a general surveying the battlefield. I think they saw me out here, so it probably won't be long until they leave. Do you have any sort of scary reputation among them? Yeah, something like that. Ted sounds almost proud. But he's right. When the girls notice that Ted is present in the store, they grow anxious and pluck things off their rack as their excuses for loitering. Unaware of all this attention, Ron proceeds to check them out one by one, and they're all eventually hurrying up the store, whispering excitedly to themselves. Looks like it's all clear. Ted and I approach the front desk to see Ron counting out the money he just received. Oh, there you two are. I was wondering. I hope you don't mind terribly that I took over the moment. Ted, I had a few customers come in and didn't want to bother you. It's fine, Pops. An awkward moment ensues as Ted does the thing where he's hesitant to say something nice. I'm sorry for losing my cool before. I didn't mean to raise my voice. No, it's fine, son. I know how important this store is to you, and whatever's important to you is important to me. Duh. Both Ron and Ted look at me like I've just ruined the moment. Oops, did I say that out loud? Sorry, it's just cute how close you two are. Well, he's my son. I'm guessing you two talk, though? She knows about Ma, yeah. I make sure to add my condolences in quickly. I'm sorry you had to go through that, even if I don't have any reason to apologize. That's mighty kind of you, Nicole. I appreciate it. But it's been years. I've done all the grieving I can. We have a bigger problem to focus on, and that's funding the store. We need to figure out a way to earn more money. We do that, and we won't have to sell the store, right? That should be the case. The only question is, how? Anyone got any bright ideas? Ron looks over at both of us. I'm a little surprised that he decided to include me in on this. But a way for the store to earn money. I think I can come up with something. Look, I know if I say fundraise, Ted's gonna think pity. But I could be wrong. They're gonna shock me, but I'm gonna say advertise because I think if we fundraise, Ted's gonna be like, no, I don't take pity. I think I know what we can do. Why don't we try advertising? You man put out ads in the papers, flyers. I scoffed jokingly to Ted. You are so old-fashioned, I swear, but yeah, that could work. I was thinking more along the lines of a television commercial. I spread my hands apart as I make a huge reveal. Ted and Ron don't seem too happy with me right now. Well, that's a good effort, Nicole, but I don't think that'll work so well. Damn it. So it is fundraiser? Why not? It costs money to put out ads. If those didn't work, then hell, what was the point of putting them out in the first place? We'd end up losing money that way. He's right. Putting out ads like that would be risky, and when that's the last convenience store. Well, fine. Okay, fine. You want to go back and do the other one? Takes a few minutes. I've racked my brain for see. If this is right, I'm gonna be pissed because I know Ted wouldn't take those. Why don't we have a fundraiser? I hope you're not saying we have to take some sort. I hope you're not saying we have some sort of bake sale. Well, it would help. Just thinking of it like this, we'd be raising money, and at the same time, we'd be spreading word of the store. Would that really work? Ted takes a moment to think about this, and when I see him smile ever so slightly, I know that we've got him. That doesn't feel like Ted. He doesn't like pity and sympathy and handouts. Fundraiser would be hands out. Seems like I know that I've got him. Sure. I think I could, but how would we fundraise? You haven't come up with a way, Nicole? No, but I'm thinking. There has to be some way to earn lots of money while spreading the word about the convenience store. Thinking back on my past, trying to remember what ways that really caught my attention. There's a bake sale like Ted made fun of, but I doubt we'd be able to bake well enough to make money. We don't have enough people for a car wash either. Man, this is hard. There's something happening around town like a block party or something. Ted, I think I got it. Do you remember that when Jeff came in and gave us that flyer? See, I thought when I clicked advertise. They were going to advertise at the block party, which they kind of are still with the fun. Really, both answers are correct, because you could do the advertising at the block party with any kind of stand. The fundraiser is still advertising. It's not different. It is the same thing. And yeah, fuck that. It was right. Can't read another different line I made. Making up shit now. Okay. Jeff came over here to give you something? That's awful to ask that boy to go out of his way like that. Ugh, Pa, don't start. That name's banned. However, even with the mention of the taboo name, Ted's eyes light up as he realizes the same thing I have. Nicole, you're talking about the block party, ain't you? I heard you guys talking about that back at the station. It's supposed to be some really lively kind of shindig. Are you two thinking we can fundraise there? I remember he who must not be named, saying that anyone could run a booth. It's even more legit since we're a business on the block. We still need to figure out what to do with that booth, though. Don't forget about that. But this is a good start. We just have to ask the boss of the pharmacy for permission to run a booth. Leave it to me. You kids don't worry about that. Pops, please, don't you have to get back to work? Ron only grins as he heads out the sliding doors. Before he leaves, he quips jokingly, I should say the same about you two slackers. Ron whistles victoriously in response to Ted's flabbergasted face and sliding door closed shut as he heads over to the pharmacy. Ted groans and pinches the bridge of his nose. That man. He only does it because he cares. But isn't this great? Fundraising at the block party will be a hit for sure. Yeah, it's a good idea, but don't get carried away. We have to work now, remember? Then we can focus on all that fundraising hullabaloo. Ted gestures for me to take up my place at the register, but I can tell from his movements and his eyes alike that he's just as excited as I am at the prospect. Sure, we still have tons to figure out, but we'll get it done. If I learned anything from Ted today, it's that hard work is bound to pay off.